In this video, we are going to talk about why is it so important to you to learn the basics of graphic design before you actually start designing. I started designing when I was 14 years old. I was not a designer, but it was when I got my first graphic design job. I was not a graphic designer at the time, but I took a job of graphic design. What I mean by this, I knew how to use the software because I spent lots of time on YouTube watching tutorials on how to use Illustrator, CorelDRAW, and Photoshop. After some time, 3 to 4 months, to be capable of producing some pieces of graphic design that my parents need for their company. That was my first graphic design job, by the way. I went there and I searched on how to use the software, and I think, I'm an artist, so I can do everything that a graphic designer can do. And I was actually wrong. And it took me many years to understand that, because I had no one to teach me how graphic design actually works. And I stayed like this for my first 5 years of graphic design. And I still was a very bad designer because I knew how to use the software, but something was missing. I felt like I knew all the letters of an alphabet, I knew all the syllables, but I didn't know how to talk and how to write. I tried very hard to make all my designs very good as I thought I could do, but it's still everything that I made were not good at all. As you know, done is better than perfect. And after these 5 years of experience in software, that's how I call it, software experience, not graphic design experience, I went to a course in Lisbon about game design. It was not graphic design, and it was then that I finally understood why is it so important to know the basics. In this course, the main thing that we learned was about games, but I understood that the basics of design is the same on all areas of design. Of course, they have some differences between each area of design, but I finally understood the basics of design in general. It was by then that I decided that I wanted to go to a university to actually learn graphic design. So I took 3 years of graphic design. And in my first year of college, I finally learned what was wrong with my designs, and I finally understood what I was doing wrong. It doesn't matter what software you use. Once you know the basics, once you know how to use and how to communicate, you could use any software, even Paintbrush if you want. You can even not use a computer at all. In my first year of college, all my teachers forbidden me, and the other students of course, to use computers on their classes. Everything was made by hand with paper cut, drawing, and this made us understand how everything was made and how we should do everything, because they focused on the important part. Using the computer is like knowing to write. Knowing how to write doesn't make you a writer, and knowing how to use Illustrator or Photoshop doesn't make you a graphic designer. My first year of college was all about creativity and communication, learning how to plug communication to the creativity part. And then I learned one of the most important things that any graphic designer will tell you. Graphic design is not art. In our next class, we are going to talk about what design and graphic design is.